In this video, I will discuss a robust 5-step strategy that combines RSI divergence with price action, key levels, and volume. The first rule of Fight Club is not to talk about Fight Club. Similarly, the first rule of divergence is not to look for divergence. In fact, that is where most people go wrong. The idea seems simple. Identify the divergence between RSI and price action and catch the reversal early. But here's the catch. Sometimes, even after spotting a perfect divergence, the price keeps falling. The approach should be to focus primarily on the broader trend, the build-up of momentum, how it interacts with key price levels, and when that momentum starts to fade. Only then divergence acts as an indication, a flag that the trend might be losing strength and could be ready to reverse. Therefore, in a way, divergence is not the starting point. It's the indication that the build-up may now be ready for the next phase. But why does this happen? This happens because RSI by itself only analyzes momentum coming from price change. That's only one piece of the trading puzzle. It doesn't fully account for other crucial factors like volume, which confirms market interest, support and resistance levels, which indicate where price action is likely to react, volatility, which impacts price movement, and of course the underlying dynamics of supply and demand. Without considering these, RSI divergence can only lead to false expectations in a number of cases. In this video, I will discuss a robust 5-step strategy that combines RSI divergence with price action, key levels, and volume. This technique has consistently shown its ability to identify high probability reversals and can make the RSI divergence a much more reliable tool for my trading. The first step of our strategy is to confirm the downtrend. To initiate our analysis, we confirm the presence of a clear downtrend in the price. This establishes a strong context for any reversal signal that we may be able to find. As I previously mentioned, we are not on the hunt for divergence scenarios. Our primary focus should be on instruments with good fundamentals that are currently moving in a downtrend. We will look for a clear series of lower lows and lower highs which define a bearish trend. But why does it matter? A divergence signal outside of a trend may lack reliability as it doesn't indicate a momentum shift against prevailing market pressure. So once we have established that there exists a downtrend, our next step is to now identify a bullish RSI divergence. Look for price making a lower low while the RSI forms a higher low. This is an indication of bullish divergence. In simple words, this means that the price is making the move but lacking the momentum, and in simple words, it has corrected far enough for the indicator to not support it anymore. This indicates that the price is falling but the bearish momentum is weakening. How do we confirm this? We can draw a line on the RSI to highlight the higher lows and connect it to the lower lows on the price chart. This makes the divergence visually clear. Well, it's also important to note that not all divergences are equal. Focus on those that occur near key support zones or oversold RSI levels below 30 for higher probability setup. Now let's move to our next step. Let's identify the appropriate key level to assess the strength of the bullish divergence. If a bullish divergence is apparent but the price fails to surpass the key level, it becomes an invalid divergence for our trading strategy. To achieve this, identify a nearby resistance level, which should be any of a recent swing high, a trend line, or a moving average depending on your expertise. I personally go down a time frame for this. For instance, if I identify divergence on a daily scale, I may go down to an hourly scale to determine key level. Our goal is to obtain validation by observing a key level breach rather than solely relying on divergence signals. Therefore, choose the method you are most comfortable with, but ensure that you do get this validation. Well, call me paranoid, but I do another layer of validation before I enter a reversal trade. Take a moment to think about what we are doing here. We are swimming against the current and trying to catch a wave as it forms. So we can use price action clues, any kind of specific candle formations, volume confirmation, or any entry trigger, something that helps us validate that the break is above the resistance level. So now we are all set to enter the last phase, which is how we manage the trade with a proper stop loss. With all the validations that we have done, we can open the trade with a 1 to 1.5 or 1 to 2 risk-reward ratio and set the stop loss near the most recent low. Well, in a future video, I will also demonstrate how Fibonacci retracement lines can be used for this. If you find this helpful, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more trading strategies. Let me know in the comments if you have used this method or want me to cover any other strategy in a future video. Thanks for watching.